Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel at Oh So Victoria, and I'm going to be going over what sold the first 2 weeks of June 2020 in my Etsy shop, Artfire, Poshmark, and eBay. I sold 32 items, and my gross profit for those 2 weeks was $779.50, and I will put that information up here on the gross, the fees, the cost, and the net profit. And then at the end, I will do a compilation of what sold, how many items sold in each shop, and how much each shop sold. So let me get started. And this is going to be a little different than my other what sold, only because I usually print them out on sheets so I have a visual here with the item and I could actually see the item. And then I decided instead of printing them out, I am going to just write them down. So when I could read the fine print and figure out what I wrote here, I will give you that information. So anyway, I was talking about some of the estimates might be a little off on my fees and my cost of goods. So then of course my net might be a little off, but they're pretty accurate. And of these 32 items, 8 of them were patterns. 3 of them I had in my closet from something I already had. 1 was free, and I'm not sure where I got it. And 5 items I didn't list where I picked them up, how much they cost, so I'm at a loss for that too. So those didn't get included in the cost of goods. So let me get started. So on June 1st, I sold this vintage 70s red blouse, by Lady Manhattan. I sold it for $22, and I picked it up at a yard sale here in Medford, and I listed it in February of last year, 2019. It cost me $1, and yeah, so sold it for $22 in my Oh So Victoria Etsy shop. And then over on eBay, on June 1st, I sold this Platinum by Dorothy Chalene open jacket. And that's what I won't be able to tell you when I'm reading it off of here, what the item is. But you'll see the picture. And I sold that for $15. I actually had it listed for $30. Somebody offered me $15 and I took it. I actually had it also listed on Poshmark, I believe, maybe in my Etsy shop. And I've had it forever. Something I had bought for myself personally, probably 15 years ago. I don't know, long time ago. And like I said, it sold for $15 on eBay. And over on Poshmark, I sold a bundle here, these 2 items. I sold this East 5th teal navy blue slip skirt. So I had it at $16, and I figure in the bundle she probably got it for $4 because the offer price was $22. And it included these Clarks leather black sandals, which were in really good condition. I have these listed at $25, and maybe she got them for $18. But anyway, the total cost of these 2 items was $22 in my Poshmark. And the shoes I picked up at a yard sale. They were free. And the skirt is something I also had probably since the 90s. I probably should have put it was vintage. Something I used to wear when I worked in a nonprofit. Let's put it that way. In a nonprofit. And over my Artfire shop, one of my patterns was this Butterick. Little separates, crop top, skirt, and shorts, and I sold that for $8. And it's a pattern I've had so many patterns for so long. I listed it in February 2017. Like I said, for $8 on Artfire. And then back over on my Etsy Oh So Victoria shop, I sold this 40s Hawaiian tog dress. That was the label, was togs. I sold it for $181. I'm not sure where the 81 came from. Maybe I just had typed that in. I could see being 180, 175, 185. I don't know. So anyway, it sold for $181. It cost me $9. I picked it up at the Hospice Unique Boutique. You know, hospice is for caring for people that are dying, and they get a lot of donations because of what they do. It's a nonprofit. And let's see, I listed it, well, it sold on the 2nd of June. So, like I said, I paid $9 for it. And then back over on Poshmark, I sold this Nike Golf Fit Dry polo shirt. I wasn't sure this was ever going to sell because they weren't really moving from what I could tell by other sellers. But eventually it sold for $10 in size extra large. And I actually picked that up at the Goodwill here, and I actually paid $6.29. So, and I listed it in September. So I think I was just looking for things to list in Poshmark because I started Poshmark a year ago, January, and then I actually started looking for things to put in there in this last summer. So I thought I would try something new. It was new to me, but nah. But anyway, it did sell for $10, so I made a few bucks off of that. Not much. Oh, 76 cents. Ha! Yippee! And then over on Artfire in my Penelope Rose shop, I sold this separate, says skinny pants, shirt and blouse set for $3.50. Wow, my profit on this was $1.20. So once again, it was a pattern, something I've had forever probably, or picked up along the way. And then over in my Oso Victoria shop in Etsy, I sold this 40s, 50s one-piece swimsuit. Let's see, it didn't have a label. It was really pretty. I sold it really fast right after I listed it. Probably the same day I listed it, or maybe the next day it sold. I don't know where I picked this up at. So I don't know what it cost, but I sold it for $58 and I paid the shipping on that, and went to West Hollywood, California. So maybe it went to a vintage shop, who knows. Yeah, they could sell it for more, or it could be a studio piece, costume for a show or something, who knows. And on Poshmark, I sold this Free People aqua blue beaded tank top. It was really cute. It had the seahorses on it. And I picked that up at the Goodwill here in September and listed it in September. And it cost me $2.50. I have another one also, but this one's really cute. So yeah, sold on Poshmark, $12. I think I sent out offers to likers because I paid that. Oh, no, I guess I didn't do a shipping fee. I don't know. Okay. Then back over in my Oso Victoria Etsy shop, I sold these 1980s gold tone lion earrings, statement earrings for $18. And I picked those up at an estate sale, so it averaged out to about $1.23. And I listed those in April of this year, and they sold on June 4th. Okay, now to the tiny reading on what I sold. Okay, so on June 4th on my Etsy Oso Victoria shop, I sold this red robe. It was a unisex robe, and I did see other ones on Etsy and stuff, and they weren't really that much, and so I sold it for $16. I picked it up at an estate sale in Gold Hill, which is a little town south of Medford. And it cost me about $1.36, and I listed it in June of last year. Went to New Jersey. And now over on Poshmark, I sold these boots. I'm not sure what boots. I think these were the Halston boots, if they're black, if that's what's showing up in the video, because I sold them for $20, and my daughter had picked those up and she paid $19 for them at the Goodwill. They were really nice riding boots, if that's what I'm showing you. Okay, so what did I sell them for? $20. Okay, and then also on Poshmark on the 6th, I sold this robe for $5. It was a bundle. There's Abercrombie and Finch knitted throw over kind of top. That kind of was about $15. So the total bundle was sold for, see, this is where I messed it up. I think I had it, okay, the robe, anyway, $16, maybe? Maybe I should go back to printing out the things so at least I could see what I'm looking at. So the buyer paid shipping on this, and my profit was $12.50, whatever it was, because then I don't really have where I picked each thing up. I didn't write all that down. I think the Abercrombie and Finch was my granddaughter's, so that didn't cost anything. And then over on eBay on the 6th, I sold this set of books, these vintage 1940s books. There's a Duel in the Sun. They were made from movies, and I've had them for quite a long time. And I think I had an offer, came in for $16. I had them listed for $18. An offer came in for $16. I paid 50 cents for each book, and I had them listed forever because I had them on eBay in my Cameron D collectible shop. Yeah, so actually the profit on that was $6 on those books. And then over in my Art Fire, I sold these two patterns, maybe one pattern, two patterns. And so I made $7.50 off of these two patterns, and they went to United Kingdom. And because they paid $11.50 in shipping, I don't know, oh, because I charged $10 for international shipping, and then the second item is less shipping, so actually their shipping cost came to $11.50, and it cost me $6.34 to ship it. So that ups my profit for those two patterns. The one pattern was $3, the other one was $4.50. So my profit was $11.52 on those. And then over in Poshmark, I sold this Pure Jill blouse. It was new. I bought it at TJ Maxx. I had a gift certificate, and so I went in there and bought it because I really liked it. And then when I came home and tried it on and everything, I didn't like the way it looked on me, even though I tried it on in the dressing room and I liked the way it looked. When I came home and tried it on, and then I didn't like it anymore, so then I decided to sell it on Poshmark because it was new without tags. Well, kind of new, wasn't new. I didn't mark it as new. And so I sold it for $17, and it went to Ohio. So, and I can't remember what it cost. It's maybe $7 and something is what I paid for it. I can't remember. But anyway, I did sell it for $17. And on Etsy in my Cameron D shop, I sold this needlepoint, which I also had forever. Did I write 20 times I listed it for 20 cents each on Etsy. So I had it forever in my Cameron D shop for years. Sounds like years, 24 times a year. Did I have 5 years? So I've had it at least 5 years. So I sold it for $9, and I listed it September of 2011. Well, there you go, 2011. I don't know what I paid for it. Probably, I don't even know where I picked it up. Maybe a yard sale, maybe the bins years ago. I don't know. Went to Washington. It was really cute though. I could just picture it in a little kid's room once it's framed. It was really cute. And then over on Etsy, Cameron D, I sold this Remos bathing suit cover up. She really liked it. I love the reviews when they review them. She really liked it. I sold it for $26, and I got it sourced in the Google Ashland. So I got it at Goodwill, not Google. I got it at Goodwill here in Ashland, but I don't know why it's 32 cents. So I'm thinking for it to be 32 cents, I would have had to have got it at the bins, but I don't know. That's trying to read my writing. So anyway, I made $22 on that. It was a really nice cover up too. And then also in my Etsy shop, I sold this blue dress it was the label City Scenes. So it's kind of like a 60s, like a double polyester dress. And I sold it for $24. and I paid $8 for it at one of those Emporium booths where you go into and all the little vendors have each of their own individual booths. And I bought a couple of dresses. I sold the other one. She had a brown one I bought, and then I bought this one. And I paid $8 for each because they were 1960s dresses, and I just kind of thought that was kind of a selling vintage. 1960s dresses seem to be selling pretty good. So I did. I sold it for $24. And let's see, it cost me $8. And it went to Utah. And then over on Poshmark, I sold this Creatures of the Black Lagoon dress. This was actually a retail arbitrage, which I don't normally do, but first day the stores were open here in Ashland. We have all these little boutique and trendy shops because we have the Shakespeare Theater here and college town. So it's really a kind of a touristy town, although it's kind of not being touristy town this year because the Shakespeare's not running this year because of the virus, the COVID virus. So they're not having any shows. They are showing shows online, kind of like the Hamilton show on the Disney Channel. So they do have some of their Shakespeare shows that they showed at the very beginning of the season, because the season started in February, and so they had filmed some shows then. And then when the COVID thing hit in March and things were shutting down, they shut down, and so the shows stopped. So I think some of those videos that they did, they are showing. So anyway, it was just talking about the town. Digress here. So I did buy a couple of dresses, and I paid $9.99 or $10 for what I did buy. So this was $9.99. I sold it for $65. I think the original tag was $124 or something on it, and it sold like within a few days of listing it. It's a very unique, that was the only dress they had with the Creatures of the Black Lagoon. And it was from the movie, so it was like a studio dress from Universal Studios, I think, if I remember right. Yeah, it sold within minutes. And then over on eBay, I sold this set of grapes for $12. I actually had 3 sets, the purple set, and I showed that in another sold video. And the fella just wanted the purple one, so I sold the single purple grapes to him for $14. And then I had these grapes, and so then I had them listed. I had them listed for more than 12, but they offered me 12 and I took them. And if they wouldn't have sold, I was actually going to give them to a friend of mine. They have a winery. They grow grapes, send the grapes off to get the wine made, and it's really, really good wine. And I was gonna, I think in the next day or so, I was gonna take them over there to give them to them, and then they sold, and I debated, but they were on eBay and they sold, so I honored the sale. So for the 2, I paid $2.32 for the 2 of those, and they sold for $12 on eBay. And then also on eBay, I sold this Fern Wright silk jacket. I paid $5 for that, and that was at a consignment shop. Deja Vu is the name of the shop. And I just thought for $5, a silk jacket in that giraffe print was really, really nice. And it took a while because I had bought it. Oh, I listed it in January of this year. And so then it sold on June 13th for $18. And I think that was an offer also from eBay, and so I accepted the offer. I'm not sure what I had it. I may have had it listed for $24 or something. And also on eBay, I sold this 1960s day dress. This was vintage and plaid, and it was in excellent, excellent condition. Never even looked like it had been washed. And I picked that up at an estate sale, so it cost me about $1.23 if you bundle everything together. I sold it for $58. I also had this dress on Etsy, but it sold on eBay. Went to New Mexico. It was a really pretty, sharp, clean dress. And then over on Poshmark on the 13th, I sold another one of my retail arbitrage dresses. This was a LA Soul label, and it had little deers on it, so it was a light blue with little deers on it. So all these dresses, all these clothes were new without tags. The retail arbitrage ones were. And so I sold it for $27. Cost me $9.99. And yeah, it's a cute dress. So I still have a few, but not each dress I have that I bought was an individual. I didn't buy more than one. I just got individual ones. And most of them were size large, so they would fit me or they'd fit one of my daughters or something. So either way, they're cute clothes we could all wear. And then on Poshmark also, I sold this maxi leopard print dress. I'm not sure where I got it. I got it from my son-in-law. So then we just split the profit on that. And I sold it for $18. It had a little bit of the fabric coming out along the elastic. It had elastic straps. And so I noted that in the listing. And let's see, over on my Etsy shop, on the 15th, I sold this beige slip for $28. And I don't know where I got it. I've probably had it forever. And I listed it on January 2018. And so it sold on June of 15th for $28 on Also Victoria Etsy. And then the last bunch of things were all these patterns I sold on June 15th in my Art Fire, Penelope Rose Art Fire shop. So how many patterns I got? 1, 2, 3. 3 patterns? Maybe it was just 3 patterns. I don't know. Oh, this is the one. Oh, this whole thing, I'm on a discount. This thing. This was a total loss. My bad. I let it go. I would have made $21.95 if I would have done it correctly. So anyway, so I sold these patterns on June 15th, and they're going to Italy. And when I printed out the PayPal printing label, for some reason I hit letter instead of package international. And so it gave me the letter cost to send a letter to Italy. So of course I mail that, and then it comes back to me, and then it goes to, well, it had the Italian address. And so then it comes back to me, insufficient postage, and they circled letter, the package description, and so I had paid $6 to ship it, but I actually owed an additional $8. So I owed something like $14 or something. And she actually paid that originally to get it shipped to her. And I thought, oh wow, I'm getting a good deal on the shipping, and then that was my mistake. So then a couple of days later, I went to the post office, I put additional postage on it, and then I shipped it out and totally forgot about it. Just forgot I had shipped it out. And then she contacts me and asks, and even it was before that, she asked me if the package got sent back to me. And I'm like, no, I didn't receive the package back. And because I get a lot of correspondence back and forth with folks, because I do ship a lot of international stuff. And then one day I just kind of woke up the other night and somebody else had sent me an email asking if I got a blouse back. And that just kind of triggered a memory of the blouse. And the blouse was the blouse going to Spain? It might have been going to Spain. And she had put in the wrong address, and I told her, you need to check with customs and let them know. This is when it's going out, so when it gets there. And then she asked me if it got sent back to me. And just right before that, I had a pair of Levi's sent back to me from Sweden that I mailed out in January because they were never picked up at customs. So they got sent back to me, and then I refunded that buyer like a portion of her cost for that. And then hoping to hear back from her. I never heard anything, because was that a good enough refund? I just don't know. And so I was all this communication back and forth. I had totally forgot that I had went down to the post office, put additional money on these patterns, and had shipped them back. And when I got her email and she wanted to know, did I receive the packages back for the patterns? And I'm like, no. And I thought, well, I'm just going to refund her money. They sold for $26. These 3 patterns sold for $26 because she wanted the patterns, because she has a client that she sews for, and her client wanted these, whatever she was going to make. I think it was a dress, a separate, a blouse, or whatever. And so I thought the package was lost, or she didn't get it and it was going to come back to me eventually. And so I refunded her. I refunded her money. And then, like I said, I woke up that night and when that other lady had asked about the blouse, and then it just triggered my vision of the different packages, and then I just visually remembered the smaller package, the patterns were in, and that I had to put more postage on it. So yeah, I kind of got my customers kind of confused on who's getting what and when and where, and this was all international sales. So anyway, I refunded her the 20. I may have refunded her shipping costs too on this. I don't know. So I did write her and said, "Oh, this is awkward. This is awkward. I remember now what happened to your patterns. Yes, they did indeed get sent back to me. I needed to put more postage on them. So I went to the post office, put more postage on, and I mailed them out to you on the 25th of June. So you should be getting them, and your customers will be happy. And thank you." And just left it at that. So yeah, that was my last sale. Oh well, it's just part of doing business. I do like happy customers. So anyway, that's the 32 items. And I think I counted them correctly, for June, from June 1st to June 15th. And so I will put up here how many sold where and what shop. So also Victoria, my Etsy shop, was the highest seller for those 2 weeks. And I like having the printout here. I just want to use the paper because then I have that full description. So what I need to do is make a spreadsheet where I could just write it all in when I'm going through and doing it, or have it in Excel. Then I'd have to re-enter all the description and everything. I'm just trying to be more efficient and still have that information to give to you. Okay, anyway, I hope you like this video. I forgot to tell you to hit the like button. Yeah, hit the like button, then you'll get notifications. My next video will be what sold from June 16th to June 30th, right? 30 days in June, I believe. And then I'll be working on July, what sold. So, yeah, thanks for watching, and see you next time. Okay, bye.